In August 2006, Hudson Soft really decided to show how much they hate their consumers with Bomberman Act Zero!
The prequel to Bomberman Genesis.
Welcome to the Bad Game Cast.
This is Alex.
I'm Jake. I'm Jake.
That's Jason.
Yeah. Oh, fuck that right up. I stole his name.
Yeah. I'm not using it. You can have it.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
I mean, I could go with I'm Jason. If you really want to do it properly.
yeah, let's confuse him.
No, you can be Jason and Jake. I'm nameless.
Yeah.
Wolfman Jake.
Ow! Let me give a weak howl. So yeah, Bomberman Act Zero.
Yeah. Bomberman.
The greatest Bomberman game in the franchise, right?
Top 10?
Out of 10?
Out of 8? Out of 8 maybe? 8 or 9? I don't know. Yeah. So
let's paint a word picture here. Mankind is waging a war. And so, in order to create the best soldier possible, they run an experiment deep underground.
Alright, so...
And first of all, who are they at war with?
Mankind.
Themselves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, worldwide civil war.
Okay. I guess I shouldn't look too deeply into this.
You shouldn't.
Okay.
I mean, you can. There's not a lot there.
That's...
Okay, so continue.
They kick the experiment off. All the people running the experiment die, and it continues to run for 300 years. Which is where your character comes in.
Okay.
You create your own soldier.
That is not the word I would use.
You
Pick a color scheme.
pick a color scheme and a gender.
And a gender, of which there's really no difference.
That's not true. The chest flops a lot on one of them.
It does. And that one has a nice backside.
Yeah, the dude, right?
Yeah.
It's just chiseled.
I'm all about that hairy man ass.
So, I have to say, besides, like, the character creation, I like the character models.
I did too. I thought they're very vibrant and colorful, and it was alright.
I know I told Jason, I like the character, like, I think they look cool, but not for a Bomberman game. Like, they would fit as nameless henchmen shooting or throwing bombs in, like, a side-scrolling shooter, but, like, not the main character. They feel like a bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, you've got... Okay, one of your hands has got this weird, like, shield hand thing on it.
Well, it's the claw where the bombs come from, right?
Yeah, I don't... So you've got this giant claw. Both of them, the armor you have covers just, like, sections of your body. And the rest is this... It's not your skin, it's... I don't know what it is.
No, I think it is your skin. Because you're not like a person. You're like this weird sort of dark gray robot thing.
Yeah, but they say you're a person.
No, you're a person.
Even though you just look like a blank slate.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Because isn't it that humanity is trying to get the best of the best for their war?
Yes.
So, yeah, these are supposed to be people.
They're supposed to be people.
Which, they don't look like it. They just look like made out of clay.
Yeah, and then you have, like, weird shoulder pads, and then, like, you have chains coming off of you, and you look like some kind of enemy.
Well, chains give you a plus 10 resistance to explosives. Everybody knows that.
I get that.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. What?
So, the experiment's gone on for 300 years. You, as your character, awaken you awaken with your memories gone, and basically you get dropped into
An arena?
Bomberman. You get dropped into Bomberman.
All right, so before we keep going there, let's talk about the main menu and the plethora of options that you get there.
Right.
Sure. You start the game, and at least for me, first thing, you hit start, and it says, hey, you're not connected to Xbox Live, therefore you can't access most of the features.
Right. You can't save.
Yeah. And I was like, neat.
That's what I said.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I had Xbox Live. I still didn't have a save feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I hit, okay, continue anyway. The first bar is online multiplayer. That's just grayed out. The next line is single player FPB, first person bomber. The second line, the third line after that is single player classic.
Yep.
The next one after that is leaderboards, which is also grayed out. And then there's like achievements and options.
Yep. No,
credits.
Is it?
There's no options. I know that much. What is the last?
It's like create a character, except, again, that's just like look at all the color schemes.
Yeah, where if you didn't like the color scheme that you picked initially, you can change it there.
Okay. Yeah, and the background picture, by the way, bothered me.
Oh, they're just like clouds and darkness?
It's like a wallpaper from like Windows XP. That's what it reminds me of.
I thought it was the like ruined city off in the distance.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it's supposed to be.
Probably.
So yeah, there's your menu. Yeah. So which one did you pick first? Did you do the FPB or did you do the classic?
So I was like, okay, I've played Bomberman. Played Super Bomberman for the Super Nintendo. I played Bomberman World for the PlayStation 1. So I know Bomberman, so I was like, I'll try the new version, the first-person bomber. So I go into that, and oh boy, is it not first-person.
I was going to say, do you know for sure if that's what it stands for? FPB?
Yes.
That is what it says?
Yep.
Because it's not first-person at all.
No.
Not even close.
No, it's a third-person over the shoulder, and then you can scroll it back to where you can see about a quarter of the map arena. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's really the two big changes that offers is this camera that follows you that you can control, and then you have a health bar.
Right. Health bar is something I liked. I thought it was pretty cool how it's not always sudden death.
I liked how with the health bar, any of the power-ups you pick up along the way get knocked off when you get hit.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cool, especially when your speed is up way too high and you run around like a fucking madman. But I didn't really play that. I played standard. I don't really have any experience with Bomberman as a franchise. I think the only times I've ever played Bomberman is with you, Alex, when I'd be over at your house, a couple drinks, and then you just shit on me.
Right.
Because I'm not good at it, and I'm not good at this.
I wasn't very good at it either, though. This game's hard.
So did you play both modes, or did you just try first-person mode?
I did everything I possibly could without Xbox Live.
Okay.
So, yeah, I did FPB and then Classic.
Oh, FPB
Standard.
I found really hard. Just the way the camera controls and not being able to see the map, I had a lot of problems getting through that. Bomberman is really good when you can see all the power-ups that drop and all your enemies and actually, like, plan things. But because of the camera that's kind of zoomed in on you, it's hard to really see the whole arena, map, whatever, and plan what you're going to do.
Yeah, it felt like depending on where you had the camera, if you had it zoomed out all the way, you could see a little bit and then swirl it around to pick a meaningless direction. But if it was right over your shoulder, you couldn't really plan. You would just run forward and hope for the best. And as close to first person as you could make it.
How do you feel about the controls?
They feel super floaty.
What about you?
I didn't like them. They were okay, but every now and then I would find myself leaking too far to a side and getting clipped by bombs.
That does happen, I think, a little too much. Like, you kind of like stick your elbow out or something and you're fucked.
Yeah.
But I thought the controls were actually pretty nice, especially coming from like the Nintendo 64, where that control stick isn't the best. And then you come over to the 360 and it handles actually really smoothly, I thought anyway. And it's simple. I mean, you only need to drop the bomb button and then the control stick.
Yeah, and then the remote bomb button if you pick that up.
Yeah, and then you can control the camera
and
too.
then line bomb, which it's inconsistent.
Yeah, so I didn't think the controls were actually that bad.
Generally moving around is fine. Trying to take cover, like you had said, it would...
It's imprecise.
Screw me over. And then I also had issues when I'd try and drop a bomb and run at the same time, where instead of being in the square that I wanted it would put it over one.
Also in this game, you can't kick your bombs. Like, if you set a bomb down, I wasn't able to move it. Like, it's just there.
Yeah.
Yep. There is a power-up you can get where you can move through bombs.
Okay.
But otherwise, as soon as you plant it, it impedes your movement.
Yeah. I didn't really care for that.
Yeah, so, no, the controls are probably the least of my issues with this game.
Yeah. I would agree.
They were fine.
And it's very easy to just pick it up and play.
Yeah. I mean, if you've played any Bombermans before, like, it's not going to feel alien at all. You're like, okay, this is Bomberman. The controls work.
Yes, but for whatever reason, they decided that in both modes, you don't have an option to do a couple rounds. You have to play 99 rounds.
But it doesn't make that clear to you.
It does in the opening text scroll, assuming you didn't skip it, wherein it talks about the ongoing experiment. The only way to get out is to clear 99 levels.
And how many people watch that to get the gist of what their goal of the game is going to be?
Well, if you don't, you actually know nothing about the story.
Right.
So this is, I think, one of my favorite parts is if you just skip that, just immediately go into the game, you don't even know what the story is. You're just left with, I guess... this weird, freaky monster is my Bomberman, and I have to blow these people up. There's no story in the actual game at all. So unless you stop on the main screen and wait for that scroll to come up, or read the pamphlet inside the case, you actually won't know the story at all. There's literally no story in the game.
I would almost rather they just not put anything in. You don't really need a story in Bomberman.
Well, it didn't need a gritty reboot either.
Right.
You could have just
That's true.
Continued with the same, like, iconic character that's super colorful and everybody knows who it is, instead of this.
Yeah.
Bizarre flesh golem.
You're more metal than man.
Yeah. But you're supposed to be a man, so I assume there's flesh under there.
I still don't get that, because you don't, like, even the blank slate, it looks like some weird matrix with all the dots all over it, like...
That's where they screw your armor into your body.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's pleasant.
Yep. So.
Yep.
Great. So, yeah, I didn't like FPV mode, so I switched to Classic. And Classic was much better because that's what I'm used to. And this is where I found the game really, really boring. It was... I know you both had more issues with it, because I got to level 37 and I just stopped trying.
Yeah, the classic or standard mode, I don't even know which is the proper term.
I had it as standard.
That might be standard.
Okay, so the standard mode is like the typical like top-down view.
Yep.
Like what you get on the Super Nintendo. And I thought it was actually harder because it is sudden death and, you know, it's just, you don't have that health bar. So
well, it's sudden death until you pick up hearts.
Well, okay. I mean, every Bomberman's like that.
Yeah. But every level has a heart in it somewhere.
Oh.
So you use the first 5 levels to just build up a stockpile of hearts, and then you just start trouncing through people. Also, just you spend the first 5 levels collecting all the power-ups you can. Ignore your enemy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I did, and it served me fairly well. With a couple of exceptions, it took me a while to, like, really figure out the spacing of the bombs. Like, because when the bombs go off, it seems like a weird amount of time that it can still kill you. Or you still take damage.
Yeah. Did you know that you can guard?
No, I didn't.
If you click the left stick down, your character will kind of shield themselves, and you'll take less damage.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
That works in standard, too?
I don't remember. Definitely in the first person, though. I mean, it's there in the manual. It's in the controls. L3 is guard.
Once again, I played through a game and I didn't have all the all the stuff you could do. I didn't do that. It took me a while to figure out where I could stand and not die. And then it was just constantly hearing the same goddamn repetitive bullshit music that plays through every fucking stage. And then the cheerful little announcer at the end that says, "You are dead."
Mm-hmm.
Time after goddamn time after goddamn time. And I did like how when
Your enemies scream when you kill them?
Yes, their screams of pain, but also the look on your character's face plate when you win, because you get like a couple different animations. Like sometimes he celebrates, but usually for me, he would look up to the sky and just like scream "why" silently, and like I really felt that. Like that was the most empathetic I felt for this character. Like, I get it, buddy. Why are we doing this? Here we fucking go again.
Wow. Okay. And my character just folded her arms, or tried to, but couldn't, because like the character model is so fucked up.
See, I didn't play as the female character. I only played as the male character.
I did, only hoping that maybe she would move a little faster. And no.
I used both. There's an achievement for that. Hooray.
Why does this game have an achievement menu? Like, did they not know that we could look at them through the Xbox menu? Xbox guide thing?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, it was pretty common, especially for older games back then. Like, for there to be an achievements thing to go. Like, I could just go through the fucking...
So you just have it right there to go look at your really awesome Bomberman achievements.
Yeah.
Well, it's important that it not track how many bombs that you place, but you get an achievement for laying 10,000, and then 100,000, and then 1,000,000, and I think 10 million?
I don't know. Probably wouldn't take that too long to get there.
I hit the 10,000 one, and I was surprised.
It would fucking take you forever, because you always start out only being able to drop one bomb. What? I'm just saying, you can't farm it, because it's like I can only do one bomb at a time. That's not how the other games are. You can start with 2 at a time.
Can you?
Yes.
I don't know.
I mean, but eventually you get infinite bomb. There's a power-up that gives you infinite bombs. And then you can lay, like, just somewhere around 20 at a time.
So it's not really infinite. You can only do 20.
Well, yeah, because you, as long as the map is.
Yeah, just the space that you're able to put them without killing yourself. So it does. I think it's funny how limited this game is, considering what else came out in 2006. Just for some perspective, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, Just Cause, Bully, Half-Life 2, GTA Vice City, Final Fantasy 12, Rainbow Six Vegas, Dead Rising, Neverwinter Nights 2, Okami. I mean, like you've said before, I'm handpicking these, but...
Mm-hmm.
But this was a $50 game at release.
This was $50 at release?
Yeah, it was a full-price game.
For what?
That takes balls.
Yeah.
It's barely an Xbox Live game.
That's true. Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's like not a real... I'm annoyed I spent $5 on it.
Well, it's Konami, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's your money grab.
Well, it was still Hudson Soft at the time.
Doesn't it say Konami on the cover art?
No, it's Konami's the one who is the producer?
Publisher?
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because they still own the rights, don't they?
Yep.
Well, yeah, but because they bought Hudson Soft in 2012.
This must have been, well, he says 2012. When the fuck did this game come out?
2006. Yeah.
So, yeah.
August 29th, to be specific.
Well, shit. Where is the box? Didn't you just have it? Yeah, it says right there.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Visual bits on the podcast.
Yeah, if everyone will turn and look at their Bomberman box, in the bottom right-hand corner, it clearly says Konami. So not only do I never look at the box or the manual, I barely look at the game while I'm playing it.
Yep, published by Konami.
Yeah, I hope those of you out there did your homework and brought in your copies of Bomberman for the podcast here today.
I hope you didn't. I hope no one has copies of this game.
So
they've all been
pull out
burned.
your copy of Bomberman Act Zero now. Turn to page 1.
Yeah, so I never got to the end. I knew that was never going to happen, so I pulled up the handy-dandy YouTubes and watched somebody do it.
Mm-hmm.
their full playthrough of it was like over 2 hours where they finally got to the end. And the end is as, I don't know, frustrating and boring as the game is. Because you get a cutscene, in quotation marks, where your little Bomberman rides an elevator up to the surface.
Okay.
And the landscape that you see is the same screen as the main menu. It's just like the gray clouds and the city in the background. And it says, Bomberman will return in Bomberman the Genesis. And that is the only mention of a sequel ever.
Is it Bomberman the Genesis? Or just Genesis?
No, it's the Genesis.
Bomberman. I want to see what happened to this game.
Well, what happened was they thought about making a sequel. The game released, and it got critically and commercially shit on, and deservedly so, and then they scrapped that idea immediately.
They haven't released a full Bomberman game since. Although there is one coming out soon. For the Switch, I believe.
Is there?
Hang on, I'm looking into this.
Good luck. I tried to find all the information I could on it. The only thing I found was a fact somewhere that said the only mention of it was at the end of this game.
Yeah, basically what I'm reading is that there is no Bomberman the Genesis. It's just that the next one is one that came out on the DS, and it's pretty much universally hated. So, yeah, so no Bomberman the Genesis. That sucks. I want to hear what happens next. I want to hear more about this war that's going on.
You know, I'm with you. Like, if I had to play through a few stages and then you got out to the surface and, that's when the game started, I'd be okay with, a first, 10, 20 bullshit stages to get there just to collect power-ups.
So I wonder then, to fix this game, take the Bomberman name off of it.
Yes.
And put an emphasis on the story. And I think it could be something pretty cool.
You mean make a story?
Yeah, sure. Because if you're holding it to the standards of other Bomberman games, this game is shit. And it is shit, don't get me wrong. But it's even more so if you think of Bomberman 64 and the Super Bomberman games. Take the name off of it, I would play it, just to see what's happening in the story. I've always found that sort of thing interesting.
If you took this game and you just added a game mode where you could pick a number of rounds and a number of enemy players, so you didn't have to do 99 at a time,
yeah,
I would have enjoyed it much more.
Like a standard Bomberman game, you mean?
Yeah, the fact that you're pigeonholed into having to do 99 rounds at a time, it sucks. I don't want to spend an hour and a half, 2 hours of my life playing this turd to reach the end that sucks, and I know it sucks, even before I knew what it actually was.
Probably take you longer than that.
Me? Yes.
Because, every round is what, 3 to 5 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
99 levels? It's at least 300 minutes. And that's if the time limit doesn't change.
If you could plow through it in under 60 seconds each.
Yeah, it just depends on how fast you get it.
Sure. But I'm saying, if you were to take the whole time.
Yeah.
Which frequently happened for me. There were some times where AI characters would just kill themselves before I could even get to them. Talking about specifically the first-person mode. But then there's other times where me and him would just walk around the fucking map for 5 minutes until it starts closing in around us, and then inevitably one of us gets caught.
I wouldn't start actively hunting the computer players till round 4. Because by round 3 I'd have enough power-ups to, do whatever. And then I figured I could pick them up as I went, but I was just trying to clear through as much as I could.
This is basically the route I went with. Yeah, it was all power-up collection early. Eventually you get... So the combination of power-ups. Line bomb, which lets you place them in front of you, just in a line. Infinite bombs, which obviously covers the whole map. The piercing bomb, which lets your bombs go through the bricks and get maximum fire. And then you just place massive lines and they all explode and the entire map gets covered in fire.
That's when I had the most fun with this game, though, was when you had chaos. More enemies, more bombs. That's when this game is entertaining.
It's when a lot of, competitive Bomberman is entertaining. Is when you have a lot of people and you start to get power-ups and then there's explosions everywhere. But the level never changes.
No.
Other Bomberman games, there are different levels.
Yep.
And they have different things happening in them.
They're always very colorful, too.
And they're shaped differently, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You mean they're not all like you start off as a basic square, and as you progress, it changes to a rectangle, and then back to a square. Like the basic shape, the size of it definitely doesn't change if you're counting it by single spaces, but the shape kind of does, not in any meaningful way. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
But technically it does.
But so there's no new stuff. After you've played the first 10 levels, you've played the next 27 that I ended up playing through. Like, it doesn't change.
That's what I was afraid of because, I couldn't get past level 10. And I was wondering maybe there was more if I could get over that hump and, maybe there's a new set of levels or something, but I guess I'm relieved to hear that there isn't. I didn't miss anything.
You didn't waste your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just... Which then completely kills any replayability of this game.
Absolutely.
Like, if I was to sit down and go through all 99 levels, which I think I could probably do on the classic mode, it would be boring as sin, but I could do it. And then, why would I, though? Like...
Why waste your time?
At a certain point, you're just like, I've done this before. I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to lay down 2 lines of explosives that cover the whole map, go hide behind in the one of 3 safe areas that I made, and watch as the entire board fills with fire and kills all my enemies. That's what I did every time. From level, 20 onward.
Yeah, but this game gets pretty monotonous pretty quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
So it's unpleasant to look at and incredibly boring.
How did you put it? The DCEU of Bomberman games?
Yeah, it's unnecessarily gritty.
Yep.
And they're like, yeah, we're gonna make it appeal to the adults and put it on the 360, and that's not really what Bomberman is.
Yeah, because adults don't buy, kiddie-style games, because 3DS sales certainly prove that.
Yeah, whatever, Hudson Soft, they've also done, again, the original Bombermans, and then they also did some of the Mario parties.
Yes.
They clearly certainly don't think that anyone enjoys just kind of bright-colored fun games.
You mean like Bonk or Adventure Island?
Yeah, no, that's
just also Hudson Soft properties.
Yeah.
Which is amazing that you'd think that as a company they would understand really the niche that Bomberman fits.
Right. I mean, they've made some damn good party games.
Yeah.
And then they took the local multiplayer out of Bomberman.
What Bomberman often is. The Bombermans all have story modes. They're okay.
Yeah, at best.
And that's it. The story modes are okay. But then the multiplayer it was a party game. You sit around, you play, 1 to 5 people, and...
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you play Bomberman, right? You're not playing it for the story. I mean, you might get the game, and if you're by yourself, you'll do it, but you get it to play with other people.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this game just suffers from an over-reliance on Xbox Live.
So, I attempted to try the Xbox Live World Battle, and you could play up to 8 people at a time. Now, I was able to create a lobby, so, I mean, that's positive, but I was literally the only person globally playing it, so I couldn't actually get a match. And I got in there, and I let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then, I closed it out and started it back up for another 10 minutes. I thought, I'll wait it out. While it's doing its thing, I'm, making a sandwich or whatever the fuck I want to do, just waiting. Never, ever got to start a match.
That's a shame. I still want to hear what it would have been like.
Well,
what's the max amount of players technically? Is it 8? Is that what they advertise? 8 people? I think this is going to be pretty fun with 8 people. More fun than by yourself.
It'd be more fun than everything they have to offer in single player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if only you had that capability, locally. I mean, even with 4 people, it would be better. More akin to the old Bomberman, right? Nostalgia!
Yeah. I mean, let me play bots if I just want to play bots. Let me pick. Let me just fight 7 fucking bots. If you insist on making me feel like a loner, okay. But let me fuck with my settings or something. Not this 1v1 shit. That's boring.
No, 1v1 me, bro.
So, anything else?
I mean, I could go on tirades about how much I hate this game.
No, go ahead.
It is so bad. represents so many things I hate about reboots in games. That they're like trying to appeal to this new audience, and it's gritty and grimdark, and your enemies scream in horror when you kill them, and which was really unsettling for me.
I like that. It felt satisfying.
I like that too.
No, oh my god, it was just fucking weird. And I was like, why is any of this happening? And so here's the thing. I actually skipped the cutscene the first time. So I didn't read any of it. I didn't read the pamphlet manual thing. And so immediately going in, I'm just like, why is any of this happening? Who is this character I'm playing? I guess technically I'm Bomberman or a Bomberman? I had no idea what was happening. It was just excessively, grim with all the people dying, and you have to kill your way out of the 99 floors of death to make it to the ward to be the best super soldier. And it was awful. It's so boring that they don't even make it interesting, okay, you're gritty and you're gonna have to kill people, and, well, your character has no emotions, your character's a robotic monstrosity. So there's no consequence. It's fucking awful.
So, whose bright idea was it that your super soldiers all place one bomb at a time? And sure, they have power-ups. What I don't understand is if you're running an experiment where you're just trying to create super soldiers and you have access to these power-ups, why don't you just give them the fucking power-ups from the get-go and then send them out to the field? Like, if you're worried about experience, they will get it on the field. I couldn't figure out why, in the parameters of the game, anyone would bother with this. It doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, it doesn't have logic. The internal logic doesn't work.
No. Trying to apply logic where there is none.
They wanted this to be the theme, so they pasted it on.
Right.
And that's it.
It feels like change for the sake of change.
Which you're for, right?
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't see the sarcastic look on his face, but it was there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's as terrible as you say it is, but
That's the worst.
It's very lazy, it's very boring, and I fell asleep more than once playing this game, and there's just no reason to play this over any other game, and specifically any other Bomberman game.
I didn't like it. Like you guys said, it is boring, certainly. And it's incredibly repetitive, and I don't even think you have to give it 10 levels. I think after you play 2, you know what you're in for 97 more times. Why bother?
Oh, you took a party game and you made it a single player game. I mean, of course it's fucking boring.
All right, but you can single player your way through Mario Party and just
and that's boring too.
Computer, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's boring. It's lonely.
Okay, I'll give you that. Sure enough.
Sure enough.
So who would you recommend this game for?
I would recommend this game
for this guy over here.
Yeah. Just if you like boring, repetitive tasks and you like to sit alone by yourself, assumedly in the dark, this game is for you.
Why is it rated teen?
Because of the death screams.
Yeah.
Fantasy violence and suggestive themes.
Oh yeah, you're the female character.
The boob physics.
Yeah, that was.
And she's hardly moving. Like, she kind of just bounces like she's like almost like Street Fighter, like they're about to fight or something. And she's just bouncing like, hell yeah, I'm not even wearing anything.
Well, it's because she's not really. She's got like basically a bra made of armor and then chains because they really needed to show off her boobs because that's more things that I hate about this game because they were like, man, of all the shit we could include in this game, let's make sure we animate her boobs and her ass so that they jiggle.
Which seems weird, especially standard mode, where the camera's up so far, you can't see your character anyway.
Yeah, no, not until you zoom in on your you win screen, and she's like, yay, and she, again, because your face is this horrifying mask, you have no idea what expression she's attempting to convey other than, I guess I'm not dead, and her boobs are all like, look at me.
Did you read the back of the box?
Yes, I did.
One of the selling points, earn multiple achievements in single and multiplayer modes to increase your gamer score.
Yes, because other games didn't have achievements at the time.
Xbox 360 games all had achievements.
Yes, they did. I was lying. I'm glad you caught that.
Sarcasm, not a lie. Jeez. Yeah. What a piece of shit.
This fucking guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd recommend it if you were dead. An actual corpse 6 feet under the ground.
Don't bury me with this game.
I will.
They'll make fun of you in the afterlife for this.
Well, no. Karen doesn't take coins anymore. He takes copies of Bomberman Act Zero.
Thanks, nerd. So, yeah, I wouldn't recommend this game for anybody. If you're a Bomberman fan, do yourself a favor and don't buy this game.
All right. I don't have any question prepared for like God, what did I do last time? Get to know your host or some
It
bullshit.
was like, what was the first game you were playing? So, like, what are you playing now?
Oh, okay. I've been balls deep in Fallout 4.
Is there any other way to enjoy Fallout 4 other than balls deep?
Is there any way to enjoy any Fallout game other than balls deep?
So what are you playing?
I've been playing Hollow Knight and Darkest Dungeon.
What is that?
Both PC games. They're both the first games that the companies have made. Darkest Dungeon is a like party-based dungeon kind of crawly thing.
Roguelike, right?
Yeah, kind of not.
Eh.
Your characters die permanently, and you're constantly trying to go through these dungeons. Hollow Knight is a Metroidvania. It's
Okay. I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 1. You were with me last night, Jake.
Yeah.
Got Titanfall 2 on the way. That's coming this week. That's about it.
All right.
Yeah. So, where can everybody find you online?
you can email the badgamecast@gmail.com or at the badgamecast on Twitter.
So the Twitter is up and running now.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been tweeting occasionally. By that I mean like, I don't know, like 3 tweets or something.
I totally have to troll that account now.
Go for it.
He kind of trolls himself. Legitimately, check out the Bad Gamecast Twitter.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Okay.
You can find me on Twitter at Jake Prey or YouTube also at Jake Prey.
I'm at 10 Rules All on Twitter and 10 Rules All on YouTube. And that's about it.
So that's the number 10 and then rules all, right?
Nope, that's the word because I am more than just a number.
I hate you.
Alright, let's fucking wrap it up.
Yep. Well, for the Bad Gamecast, I've been Jake.
I've been Jake.
And this is Alex.
Good night, everybody. I wanted to.
Just vile hatred.
It's good in small doses.
The first time you play it and then never again.
Right. Also, you have to be very lonely because there's nobody to play with. We should have tried it on Xbox Live.
I did try it.
I know, but you couldn't find anybody.
No.
Like, if the
Yeah.
three of us each had a copy.
We'd have to buy multiple copies. And I already gave them $5, so the idea of you people paying for this...
You people.
Yeah.
Oh. You people.
Yeah, garbage people.
Yeah, no, that checks out. All right.